From the city of brotherly love, MLB The Show has baseball from Bank Park. Stepping into the box, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Here's the first pitch to him. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Herrera's there. And that's the second out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. And now a moment to show you the lineup for Atlanta in this one. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Harold? Digging in to try it again. John Lane comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. In the dirt here, and no advance. It's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, John Lane. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
Hit hard back up the middle, and there's his first base hit in this one. So we'll go at least one at-bat deeper into the top of the 6th after that 2-out success.
Well, it looks like just a ground ball base hit in the box scores, but man, that ball is hit hard up the middle. He's going to do well for himself.
Striding in once again, John Lane. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
It's the first game of the road trip, and it takes a little bit to get an adjustment. You're not used to being that team that goes to the plate first to start the game after you've been home for a long homestand. They need to get comfortable now in the new surroundings, or they're going to get blown out of this game.
Jones is there. One quick out to start inning number 9.
Well, just another day at the office for these guys. That stretches their winning streak to 5, and they're playing well in all 3 phases of the game. Pitching, fielding, and hitting. Who knows how long.
Baseball on the show from the bank. Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Tonight, game 2 of this 3-game series between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. It's baseball. It's the show, and it comes your way next. Now batting, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. These Phillies, Harold, as they enter play here tonight, they come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Look out. They're starting to put it together. When you get to this territory and you start moving into a week of solid baseball, that's a club starting to come together, and I'm looking at one right now.
Back up the middle, and that's through for a hit. So it's an inning opening base hit, and the Braves have a man on.
2-0 count. You're looking for your pitch. He does a nice job. Got a pitch, drove it, and got the base hit to the outfield.
Ready for another chance? John Lane. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. First pitch on its way. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. Under it is Altuve, and he's got it for the first out. Ready for another shot now, John Lane. A hit in 2 tries so far.
Lane.
Here's the first pitch to him. Hit hard up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game. So the 2-out hit keeps things alive for Marcell Ozuna.
Well, that first pitch single right there, something we haven't seen much this game. Maybe they'll be
digging in and looking for more. John Lane. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. First delivery to him on the way. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. The 0-1 on its way. Boy, good bite on the slider, and it just missed inside. And oh, look out. Up and in and nearly took his head off.
I'll tell you, there was intent behind that pitch. I'm not saying he was trying to hit him, but when you're facing a guy like this, you don't want him to get too comfortable in that batter's box.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And this one's tapped foul at home plate.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Here's another 2-2. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The 2-2 one more time. Chopped weakly to the left. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
Well, that's his 3rd hit of the game, and I know infield single, but he doesn't care. Man,
8-3 tonight. Alex Meyer takes the win on the mound, his 2nd of the year. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. From Philadelphia, the network is live from Citizens Bank Park. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the Atlanta Braves. Now in the box, John Lane. He comes in currently 2nd on the team in home runs.
John Lane.
That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So a base hit to kick things off here, and there's a man aboard to start out their half of the 2nd.
He was sitting on that fastball. You can't tell me he wasn't. First pitch fastball, and he turned on it like that. Nice job.
Digging in for his 2nd at bat, John Lane.
John Lane.
And he takes ball 1. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit.
We're just not used to seeing him get nothing but base hits. Usually hitting the long ball. You look in that column that says 2 hits. You're thinking they're extra base hits, but he'll take the singles.
Digging in once again, John Lane. 2 base hits, both singles to this point.
Lane.
Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
Not sure what he saw in that pitch, but it sure looked tempting. At least he held up. He must have been guessing.
Back up the middle. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit.
Well, another base hit from him, and I tell you what, he's been impressive on this road trip. He's making a huge impact not only on his team, but on the team that he is facing.
At the plate, John Lane. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now.
Lane.
Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Now line towards center field. And there's a base hit, so a chance to add a little insurance here as the leadoff man is on to start the 8th.
Well, he's had a heck of a day right there. That base hit's going to make him 4 for 4 on the day, and the batting average just continues to rise.
Ready once again, John Lane. And it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet, so this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball. 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
Hot shot toward third. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. 1 run scores. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate. Boy, and they have not been able to get him out. This is now a 5-hit ball game for him here, and those don't come along every day.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is that they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
9-3 the final tally here in this one. Sun starting to set now over Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Tonight, the opener of it. At the plate, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Ground ball sent back up the middle. One there. On to Votto, a double play, and that ends the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, John Lane. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Tell you what, that was a nice swing after the sequence, following a fastball to get a changeup and you foul it off. Pretty good approach.
Right side, hit hard. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit.
This guy's such a good hitter. I get the feeling even when he's down 0-2 in the count like he was here, he's still actually ahead of the count when he's facing anybody.
Ready for another chance, John Lane. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th.
Lane.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
Hard on the ground toward short. Gloved by Santana. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning. Digging in once again, John Lane.
Third baseman, John
First
Lane.
delivery to him on the way. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate here as that misses.
You know, I doubt he wanted to get that tight with the fastball there, but hey, this is a guy you certainly don't want to let him get his arms extended. He's the kind of guy that can hurt.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Lays off the fastball away, and it's 2-0.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were two stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
And the pitch on 2-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air into foul territory behind first. And no problems over there for Votto as that'll end the inning. Ready once again, John Lane.
Third baseman, John Lane.
First pitch of the at-bat. Foul tip into the catcher's glove. It's strike one. Pitch on the way. Hit out towards second. Renda moving to his right. Throw on to Votto will take care of him at first, and the side is retired. And tonight's final, 7-3. The Braves get the win after banging out 16 total hits. Carlos Rodon earns win number 4 on the season. Live from the banks of the Ohio, we welcome you to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Stepping in, John Lane. He comes in currently second on the team in home runs.
Lane.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Hamilton is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Digging in to try it again, John Lane. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And there's ball 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
He's such a good hitter. You don't see him miss pitches that are right there in a good hitter's location very often.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Lifted in the air out towards left center. In there, a base hit. Around first, he's digging for second. And that is where the wheels pay off as he's able to make it into. Digging in and looking for more, John Lane. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Hard hit ball to second. Peraza over to his left, and he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. Striding in once again, John Lane, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First offering on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike one.
You love this situation right here, Matt. Runner on second, no outs. You either get him over or you get him in. Worst case, get him over and the next guy drives him in.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Well, that's a high pitch he's swinging at right there. Even if he makes contact on that, Matt, I think it's a pop-up. He's probably not going to drive that ball. That ball's so high out of the zone.
Here it comes on 0-2. And he looks at a ball 1-2.
Well, no surprise on that one. That's the classic slider down the way, trying to get him to chase on that 0-2 pitch.
5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. And the run is in to score from second. It's a 6-6 ball game.
I love the late inning at bats when you come up clutch right there. Big hit.
Ready for another shot now. John Lane. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fouled straight back. The 0-1 on its way. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Hard hit ball towards the hole. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
That ball's right in his wheelhouse. You may as well take out a tee, set the ball right there.
Now in the box, John Lane. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. And a foul pop behind the plate. Mesoraco is there to put it away and finally put an end to the 4-score. And it's a 10-9 final at the end of this one. Mark Zepchinski earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. Kelvin Herrera earns the save out of the bullpen, his 25th of the year. So that's a wrap here. From one of the more yards in the big leagues, a look at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Now at the plate, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the 2nd.
And here's how the Reds line up.
Standing in, John Lane comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now the pitch. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. And now a pitch on the way.
That's a ball.
And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. No swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2.
Wow, how about that? He was tempted to make a swing at that pitch right there. That was way out of the zone, but he just kept his hands back enough.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Out in front as he grounds this one to short. Ramirez scoops it up. Throw goes to Votto over at first. It's in time to. Digging in, John Lane. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
Lane.
Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground, but a foul ball here. 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Hamilton over to his left. And the inning is over. Stepping up now, John Lane. Due up are the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, and they're hoping that this is the part of the lineup that can get something going.
Yeah, only 1 run on the board so far for them. They just haven't had consistently good at bats.
The windup and the 0-1 on the ground near home, but it gets foul. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there. You're down 0-2. You're in protect mode. You want to chase that ball. Nice layoff.
Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
Now that's some good hitting. You hear the cliche good hitting, but that is. He fouls off a changeup with 2 strikes. Very difficult to do.
Tapper right back to the mound. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. 5-1 the final total in today's game. Homer Bailey earned his 9th win of the year. Julio Teheran was only able to work.
An unexpected turn. And just like that, a player must pull up roots and move on to the next destination. A happy manager welcomes a prize acquisition to the club. And with that, this all-star will now take the field for the first time with his new team, to their fans' delight. In this game, change can come swiftly and unannounced. Some players take it better than others, but unexpected trades are a fact of the game. This player will make the best of his new situation.
It's time for baseball on a Friday night on the south side of Chicago. Tonight, the first of this three-game weekend series between the Los Angeles Angels and Carlos Rodon. A left-handed Floridian will get the starting assignment. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, Matt, he's had good success against left-handed hitters, hitting under 250 against him. When you're having that kind of success against the left-handers, you're going to be in a lot of games.
Now a flare out toward right center. And Daney will make the catch to retire the side. Down in order go the White Sox. We are still digging in to try it again. John Lane. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Lane.
And he popped him up. Back into foul territory behind first. Just foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball one.
You know, I think that off-speed pitch fooled him a little bit, but not enough. He was able to hold back.
1-1. Here it comes. And that'll get down for a two-out single. So we'll go a little deeper into the bottom of the fourth as that extends the inning. Ready once again, John Lane. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
John Lane.
Trying to work that slider to the outer half, but it misses 1-0. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
That's popped up out towards short right field. Echeverria ranging into shallow right, and the inning is over. So one for another chance. John Lane. He'll be the one to lead off against Wade Davis, who will look to try to save this one here. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Chopped weakly to the left. Simmons has to get rid of it. One away. A 4-1 finish in this evening's game. The Los Angeles Angels get their 30th win on the road so far this season. Roberto Guillen. Time for baseball now on the show as we give you a look inside Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. Today it's the second. Into the box now, John Lane. He comes in currently second on the team in home runs.
Lane.
Here comes the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike one. These Angels, Harold, as they enter play here this afternoon, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Well, man, I mean, the road trip got off to a great start. I mean, they got great pitching and defense yesterday, and you win a game, you hold it down to low score. You feel good, and really, you win championships by pitching and defense. And if you can hold teams to low scores, you're going to win a lot of games. So that's what they're preaching today as they head into this ball game.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Ran that one in on him a bit, as this time it's tapped foul at home plate.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
Now another 1-2. Breaking ball swung on in the dirt, and the throw is made to record the second out of the inning. Time now to check this.
Coming into the game, he's among the leaders in the AL in stolen bases. Sure, that tells you he has a lot of speed, but what it also tells you is he does a great job of getting on base. Keep an eye on him if he gets aboard in this one.
Simmons is there for it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Striding in, John Lane. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far.
John Lane.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Tying run at first base, he's got to make sure that a ball in the gap, he scores. He's got to get a great jump. And one way to do it, as soon as you see that ball through the zone and you see the swing and it makes contact, you just got to get flying.
That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Little chopper back to the mound. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Stepping into the box, John Lane. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch coming. Here it is. Line drive to left, and that's in there. Base hit. Six to 4 the outcome today. The Angels, with their 50th team win, tops in the division. Aaron Nola earns his 8th victory of the season. Afternoon baseball set to come your way on a fine afternoon on the south side of Chicago. Today the finale. At the plate, John Lane, and you can see his home road splits there. He has not fared very well in front of the home crowd, oddly enough. And a ball 1-0. These Angels, Harold, as they enter play here this afternoon, they're on a nice little run. Winners of 4 of their last 5 ball games.
Well, this is an important month. They're playing well in June, and this is where you start to see those teams that are going to contend, or the June swoon, those teams that are going to fall off. They look like they're going to continue to just take off. They're playing good ball right now. This is a contending team.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air, and he will run this one down, moving to his left, and that's the second. Stepping in and ready for another shot, John Lane. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Here's the first pitch to him. And my gracious, that really drilled him as it rolls toward the first baseline. And this is going to be ruled an infield single, but the more important issue becomes the health of him. Striding in once again, John Lane. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a high pop-up, drifting toward the third base dugout. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. Digging in once again, John Lane. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th.
John Lane.
Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And a whiff at a good slider that time. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row, but both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. And another foul ball. Another 1-2 delivery. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Jankowski going back on it. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's 1 away. Ready for another shot now, John Lane. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
Man, he's got a good fastball. He showed it off right there. He blew it right by him.
A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. 9-3 the final tally here in this one. Andrew Heaney earned his 9th win of the year. Jose Quintana permitted. Time for baseball now on the show as we give you a look inside Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. Tonight it's the first of 4 between the Minnesota Twins and the Chicago White Sox. White Sox baseball is next. Jameson Villegas Gets the ball for the White Sox in this one. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, Matt, last outing he only pitched 4 innings. So I know he was disappointed, as was their coaching staff. They're hoping he can get to the 5th, maybe even the 6th inning. He does that, it allows their bullpen a little more lean and gives them a chance to win. So that's what we're looking for in this game.
Stepping into the box, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a called strike anyway. And H, we take a look at the Twins as they begin play here tonight. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Well, Matt, their theme song, I heard it in the clubhouse. On the road again? Yeah, they are. I mean, there was a short homestand, and now they're back out there once again playing game 1 on the road. They may as well not unpack their bag.
Ready for another chance? John Lane. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Lane.
He's running towards second, swinging a looper to left, and that's in there, base hit. Throw comes in quickly from left, so even on the hit and run, digging in and looking for more, John Lane. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First pitch coming now from Hughes. Pitch out, nothing doing. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. Runners off for second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. Not in time as he steals second.
It was pretty obvious he would likely be on the move with 2 outs, and I'm sure the defense knew it too. But he has lightning speed and was able to take the bag anyways.
From the belt, the pitch. Fly ball out to straightaway right. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends. Stepping in and ready for another shot, John Lane. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. And another snap throw to the bag, keeping particularly close tabs on him. First pitch of the at-bat. Grounded back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. And tonight's final, 7-3. Phil Hughes earned his 9th win of the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, Matt Vester. Tuesday night baseball from Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. Stepping up now, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. And H, we take a look at the Twins as they begin play here tonight. They come in winners of 2 straight and looking to get things turned around in what hasn't been all that amazing a stretch for them.
Well, Matt, it's all.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end. Digging in to try it again, John Lane. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game. This one's down to third. Ruiz scoops it up, and a good throw gets him 1 gone. Striding in once again, John Lane. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
Lane.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Moving under it, Gallegos. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. White Sox down on just 4 pitches. Still. Ready once again, John Lane.
Third baseman, John Lane.
Here's a first pitch changeup that swung on and chopped foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this is chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball one. Rounded down the third baseline. Ruiz ranges to his left. Throw on to first, and the White Sox are down to their final out now.
And that was a no doubles defense in action right there, and it paid off big time. That ball was scorched, but the third baseman was guarding the line more than usual to prevent an extra base hit, and it ended up being pretty much right at him. That's good stuff.
And that one run held up tonight, 1-0 the final. Just about set for baseball here at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. Now batting, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First delivery to him on the way. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. McNeil on the move. Makes the play, and there are two gone now. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Now in the box, John Lane. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Lane
saws him off here as this ball is popped into the air, and he'll avoid the fragments out there. Digging in once again, John Lane. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball one.
This is the guy they're going to have to be careful with. He could put 3 runs on the board in a hurry, so expect them to try to get him to chase something out of the zone if they can.
Fly ball out to straightaway right field. McNeil is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are two gone. Standing in, John Lane.
For the White Sox, third baseman, John Lane.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one.
Wow, how about that? He was tempted to make a swing at that pitch right there. That was way out of the zone, but he just kept his hands back enough.
That ball went out.
Fastball misses away here. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Fouled back. Bases are empty, one man out. Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3.
Good check swing on that off-speed pitch. Clearly a sitting fastball ready to let it fly. He recognized it was an off-speed pitch and was able to hold up.
Squared that one up just a little late. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. Gets dirty and gloves it. Got him.
Hey, great reactions on that one, and a good job to get down on the ground in time to smother it. Still had to get up and make a throw, and of course, he did that too.
Yeah, it's only been a week, but I guess it probably feels like a million years ago since they had their last win. But this 6-game losing streak is behind them now.
Afternoon baseball on the south side of Chicago and Guaranteed Rate Field. Digging in now, John Lane. And you can see his home road splits there. He has not fared very well in front of the home crowd, oddly enough. Hit back up the middle. Gallegos takes it in. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. White Sox come up empty first time around. We'll head to the second in Chicago. No score. Digging in for his second at-bat, John Lane comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. And this is lifted high in the air down the right field line. Olson is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. In now, John Lane. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
John Lane.
And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball one. 1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for the White Sox. Lays off the fastball away, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 on the way. 3-0 now. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Olsen is in pursuit, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. He hit the corner and tries for third. And he will make it all the way to third now, as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. So that's his third triple of the year.
Yeah, that's not a ton, Matt, but he looked very capable there of picking up some more as the season goes on.
Ready for another shot now. John Lane.
Baseman, John Lane.
And there's one he'd like to have over again. Missed high with the slider. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. 1-2. Here it comes. Another one sent foul. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Here's the pitch on 2-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Morant on the move, and the inning is over. Pitching and defense game, 2-1, the final score this afternoon. Eddie Urban wins. It's time for baseball on a Friday night on the south side of Chicago. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. 2 great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Jose Quintana is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Southsiders. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, Matt, he's had good success against left-handed hitters, hitting under 250 against him. When you're having that kind of success against the left-handers, you're going to be in a lot of games.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Clyde Washington.
Yeah, Matt, Clyde's known for that low strike, man. Sometimes maybe even a tad bit low on the knees. But as a hitter, if you know what he's going to call, it's okay. You can respect that. Just be consistent, Clyde. That's all.
And another snap throw to the bag, keeping particularly close tabs on him. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Harold, these Tigers, as they begin play here tonight, come in trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
We're looking at a club I'll say is lukewarm. They're 4-2 at home, not sizzling hot and not playing poor either. But the first game on the road, I think we'll learn a lot about what this club is about.
Pitch inside, the throw way late, and he's in there easily at second.
I think coming into this series, they knew he was one of the guys they were going to have to keep quiet. But he's setting the tone right here in the first with the steal of second. He could end up being a big factor.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. And there's ball 4 as this one gets away a bit. Digging in to try it again, John Lane. Runner at first to start the inning. And Dan, when it comes to pitching in the rain, what changes?
I think the most difficult part, Matt, is the ball gets slippery. It's hard to keep your hands dry. And if you don't have a good feel in that grip, it's hard to control where you're going to throw the ball.
Here's the first pitch to him. Hit out towards second. There's one. On to first, and as Ernie may have said, it's 2 for the price of 1 for the Tigers. 2 away. Stepping in and ready for another shot, John Lane. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Lane.
Now a snap throw to first and a dive, but he's back in there. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. That's wide, 2-0.
That can be one of the downfalls of pitching out. It puts you behind in the count, and if you throw another ball, you're kind of in a difficult spot.
Now he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And he'll dive back in safely. No runs, 3 hits. 1 error thus far for the White Sox. Runners off for second. Hit hard up the middle. Dozier fields it cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Both teams battle. Ready once again, John Lane. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. High pop up. Dozier is there for it. 1 away. Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. Hyunjin Ryu earns his 8th victory of the season. Jerry's Familia closes the door for the save, his 23rd of the campaign. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners, Harold Reynolds, we've got baseball for you from Guaranteed Rate Field on the south side. Stepping into the box, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. But no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Harold, these Tigers, as they begin play here today, they've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Well, Matt, it's always nice to win the first game on the...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Down in order go the White Sox. Striding in once again, John Lane. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Lane.
And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here he comes again, 1-2. Another one sent foul.
He's just fouling him off till he gets something he wants to hit. That was the 4th foul ball in this at bat. He is really making him work.
And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
Wow, how about that? He was tempted to make a swing at that pitch right there. That was way out of the zone, but he just kept his hands back enough.
And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it his toes. And the inning is over. Digging in once again, John Lane. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Lane.
Grounded foul. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. And Dozier will put this one away to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 5 innings complete. The White Sox lead this one 3-1. Ready for another shot now.
Up next for
John
the White Sox,
Lane.
third baseman. John
into the windup
Lane.
and the pitch. Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
Night.
Now from the home of the 2014 All-Star Game, a look at Target Field in Minneapolis. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Chicago White Sox. Jose Barrios gets the ball for the Twins in this one. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, this has been a little bit of a mystery. I mean, he really struggles at home. You got the home crowd behind you. You got the mound you're used to pitching on an awful lot. But he hasn't been able to get it together. Maybe this is the game that turns it all around.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Digging in to try it again, John Lane. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Lane.
And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. Gallegos ranges back, and he has it for out number 2. Ready once again, John Lane. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Lane.
And that misses low and away, ball 1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like
one sack as that ball is into the gap in right center. Should be good for at least 2 bases. And they've got the runner hung up between first and second. The tag, and he is out at second.
Well, he the outfield of getting it in quick to cut him down.
Ready for another shot now, John Lane. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. Off we go in the 9th as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Ball chopped foul right at home plate, and that evens the count at 1-1. And he'll look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1 now. started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3.
Boy, a check swing on a pitch way out of the zone. Just held up, but boy, as a pitcher, you're hoping that he swings at that one.
And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. The next 3-2. A swinging bunt to the mound. And the leadoff man in the inning will get the job done here. It's an infield single.
Well, he went for the big swing and ends up getting a swinging bunt. You couldn't have rolled the ball any better. Starts off the inning. Here we go. We're off and flying. A leadoff single.
Well, baseball is a game of streaks and runs, so a 4-game skid happens to even the best of teams. The key is they didn't panic or press. They just came out here, played their game, and put the losing streak behind them.
Tuesday night baseball now from the home of the Twins, Target Field in Minneapolis. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the Chicago White Sox and the Minnesota Twins. Twins baseball starts now. Taylor Rogers will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. What do we need to know here, HR?
Well, Matt, he's really had a tough time his last 3 outings. ERA over 9. That's basically giving up a run an inning. He just has really struggled and not been able to figure it out. They're giving him the ball, though, and anytime you get the ball, you got a chance to turn it around. We'll see if today's the day he turns it around.
Third
Standing in, John Lane. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. First pitch of the at-bat. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. And we take a look at the Twins as they begin play here tonight. Fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, last game they lost by 1 run. You know, those are the ones that are hard to take. You look back and you think, could we have scraped out 1 more run or maybe even 2 to win it? Those are the ones you have a tough time sleeping after.
2 straight.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2. And the fastball easy to lay off that time. 2-2.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Man, that's a nice at bat. Found himself down 0-2, and he just continues to fight. Fought off pitches, gets the 2-2 count.
Digging in for his second at bat, John Lane.
John Lane.
Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there. Third inning, no score to this point. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
You know, I think that off-speed pitch fooled him a little bit, but not enough. He was able to hold back.
1-1. Here it comes. Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Now a fastball taken outside here as it moves it to 2-2 now. Oh, here's a shot out to right center. Silva is on his way home. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0. And he will pull into second with an RBI double. Trying to pick things up where we left off, John Lane. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0.
When you've got a guy that throws a good 2-seam fastball, you have to be ready for him to try to run it. Jam you. Good job to lay off that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
Gallegos moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1. Digging in once again, John Lane. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. On the ground to the right side and through. A base hit. 1 run is scored. The tag, and they get him at the plate as 1 run scores, but not the second. White Sox stepping in and ready for another shot. John Lane. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. And this is fouled back and out of play.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Polanco backs up and takes care of it. 2 away.
Well, baseball is a game of streaks and runs, so a 4-game skid happens to even the best of teams. The key is they didn't panic.
It's time for baseball on MLB Network. Today, the 3rd and final game in this. Now at the plate, John Lane. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Started to go around there, but he holds up. Ball 1. Harold, these Twins, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matt, this has been a fun series. These 2 teams are evenly matched. I mean, they've had 2 games so far, and they've each won 1 game by 1 run. It's been fun to watch.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Hit hard toward first, and that's in there. Base hit. The relay, but he'll be in there with a double.
And this might be the kind of AB that gets him out of that slump. Smart hitting here, just going with the pitch, using the whole field instead of trying to do too much.
Striding in once again, John Lane. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the 3rd. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a foul pop behind the plate.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Another foul ball, and this battle will continue.
That's 4 foul balls in a row. He's battling, no doubt.
Now another 0-2. And a neck-high fastball that time.
After multiple pitches were fouled off, it gets a little disappointing as a pitcher. So you think, say, I'm going to throw one way off the plate and see if he'll chase it. Didn't happen.
And a half swing that time. Ready for another chance? John Lane. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. First pitch of the at-bat. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. That's wide, 2-0.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting 1 out could be a challenge.
2-0 pitch on the way. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Adrianza is there for it. And he brings it in for the 2nd out of the inning. Into the box now, John Lane. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the seventh.
Lane.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Now here it comes. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. Murphy has a play. One down. Now at the plate, John Lane. There's one away. The runner at first represents the potential go-ahead score. Double play is in order, however. Here's the first pitch. Right over the middle, knee high.
Well, he got that first pitch, got him looking right there. With a star hitter like this guy, it is always good to get ahead in the count.
The 0-1 hit the other way out toward right field. Gallegos has a play, and he makes the catch for the second out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Well, that's just a great job of battling on the road. They fought all the way to the end, took the lead in the top of the ninth.